Yeah. So let's hear it for the one and the only Manual Sex Drive.
Woo! Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
Thank you to all you in Radio Land. Let's hit it. Mind of my mind. Save your pleasantries for the blind. You're only innocent until they redefine what is considered to be a crime. Casual uniform. Each day we die a little more. It's 1984. It's 1984. Oh no. Oh no. It's 1984. It's 1984. 30% of our lives spent rotting at a desk. We don't call it slavery because it's just for rent. Give us just enough to keep our hands free of torches and axes, while the upper middle class blame us for taking all their taxes. Jamie got these things may turn their noses up at us. The artificial sense of entitlement radiating from their flesh. We smile and die, we punch the clock, cause freedom, it ain't free. We'll take a freedom drum over the looming threat of poverty. Draconian malevolence is in full bloom. Sheds ribbons from his mother's womb. Smiling mask of skin tight against his face. Generations keep his bodies embraced. In business casual uniform. Each day we die a little more. It's 1984. It's 1984. Oh no. Oh no. It's 1984. It's 1984. Say anything for the company, do anything for the company, you'll be anything for the company. Say anything for the company, you'll do anything for the company. Say anything for the company, you'll be anything for the company. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
The cosmos. Countless worlds upon worlds. Worlds without end. In these galaxies, every possible reality exists. And what is reality on any one world is mere fantasy on all others. Here all is real and all is illusion. What is, what was, and what will be start here with the words, in the beginning there was...
You You're listening to
Mutations.
Mid-Valley Citations. Mutations.
On Sheena's Jungle Room.
Mid-Valley.
They say this is where the reception is the coolest.
Then he probably lives right around here.
Part of the WFMU family of products.
Mutations.
Okay. Greetings, programs. Good hello. It's Mid-Valley Mutations here on Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU. And we're kind of in a different place than normal. I think I've referred to this space as the Lava Lamp Lounge Annex. It's my garage. Well, let's just be honest. But yeah, we have the members of Coronation Wound here in the studio with us, which is a rarity because we don't often do this for this show, and I'm very excited. So, how's it going? Let me see if that microphone's plugged in.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Nice. So you can introduce yourself.
Yep, I am Obadiah Baird.
Excellent.
Singer / songwriter / troublemaker.
Troublemaker, I like that.
I'm Valerie. I play guitar.
Excellent. And so we are going to be talking to them, and then hopefully we'll get the members of the Outside Agitators on the line here in a moment as well, because in 2 days' time, it's very soon, my friends, we are having a live show in Corvallis, Oregon at Bombs Away Cafe. There's going to be 3 acts, Outside Agitators, Coronation Wound, and the 11-SixtyFours. It should be a good time. It's going to be all ages until 10 p.m., so bring the family. Everyone will have fun. Now, I think while we're waiting for the Outside Agitators to get on the line, we're going to try to play a couple of songs. So maybe I should start with a song by them, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Here, I'm going to play this one, actually. This is a song by them that I have had stuck in my head quite a bit lately. And so this is All Fair and Love and Free Trade. It's Outside Agitators. And yeah, we have Coronation Wound in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. We're going to talk more with them after we sort things out with the first band. I think they have some time concerns, and so they might have limited availability. But yeah, let's get into some music here. It's Mid-Valley Mutations, Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU, and tonight it's going to sound like this.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Church and school are one. It makes it easier for them to have their fun. the tolerant left. So much for 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 the tolerant left.
Reverently irreverent, a moral moralist, whose iconoclastic assault on the received pieties of America placed them in the front ranks of social critics. What went into the making of the legend? There was their erudition, their stock of language, their lore and urban sagas. Their ransacking of every literature, their knowledge of archaeology and racial history, of kitchen midden and skull measurements. There was the precision with which they knew the homely and workday details of culture, as well as the big abstractions. The ease with which they moved about in history from Neolithic times to the report of the latest congressional committee. Would you please be quiet while I read this? Thank you. Alright. They were, as has been said, the last group who knew everything. And if they did not know quite everything, they could distract your attention from the gap by a wry witticism. There were their strange songs, any one of which could have made a lesser band's career, and each of which had the knack of standing the accepted doctrines on their head. There was their polysyllabic language, and their slow acid style that corroded the sanctities. There were their concerts, with their mumbled messages which only the better souls understood. There was the way they looked, shaggy eyebrows, ashen faces with unforgettable eyes, rough clothes that hung too loosely on their shrunken bodies, a shell of silence into which they seemed to have retreated for good, and from which only the most persistent strategy could draw them. They refused to be patronized or dismissed, turned into a cult or giggled at. The important thing was to build a social analysis that would encompass modern culture and make humankind reckon with it. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, she hit me. It felt like a kiss. Yeah, the world shook when she said, well, let's break the bed. Well, this evil world, it needs more sweets. So boys and girls like you and me will never go to sleep. Yeah, this evil world, it needs more sugar. Yeah, we cut it and light it and bleed it and suck it like vampires. We dance on your grave every night. When you choose to die, we dance on your grave every night. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. And she's a brother. Give me some sugar. I say yes, sister. That's when I kissed her. We dance on your grave every night. We dance on your grave every night. We dance on your grave. When you die, we come alive. She hit me. It felt like a kiss. Yeah, then the world shook when she said, well, let's break the bed. Well, this evil world, yeah, it needs more sweets. So boys and girls like you and me will never go to sleep. We dance on your grave every night. When you close your eyes and choose to die, we dance on your grave. Rise, rise, rise. Yeah, she's a brother. Give me some sugar. I say yes, sister. That's when I kissed her. We dance on your grave every night. We dance on your grave every night. We dance on your grave. When you die, we come alive. Our love supreme. A love supreme. Our love supreme. And she hit me. It felt like a kiss. She said, close your eyes. You'll lift to my side. We'll rise, we'll rise.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Okay, and I think I have you guys in the call. How's it going out there, Outside Agitators?
Hey, we're good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. You guys can hear this? Cool, cool. And we have Coronation Wound here as well. So, cool. Well, how's it going? I know you guys have a very limited amount of time, so we should talk quickly about this tour and how it's going.
Right on. It's going really good. We're in Grass Valley, California right now at a place called the Owl Cave, and we just did our sound check. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's been fun.
Excellent. And you have a few more shows ahead of you, but you've already played a few shows too, right?
Right. Yeah, we were coming from San Francisco last week. No? Yeah, we were playing San Francisco last at a place called Mass, and that was really fun. It was right there on Market Street in a 6th floor loft.
Nice.
With the windows open, blasting our music out to the people. So
I love the idea of like walking down the street and hearing ambiently Outside Agitators playing and going like, "Oh, hey, nice! I should go see that show."
Yeah, I think I saw a couple cops drive by as we were saying like, "No ICE, no KKK, no Fascist USA." So that was kind of fun.
If only more people could hear you say that, that'd be delightful.
Yeah. We're working on it, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's give some details for the next couple of shows here, because you guys are playing this week, Thursday, here in the Mid-Valley at Bombs Away Cafe in Corvallis with Coronation Wound, who I have here with me here in the studio. So what should we expect when we see you guys play at this show?
Oh, you should expect to move your feet a little bit because we try to bring the dancey grooves with our message, you know. So
there are a lot of excellent beats and bass lines going on in your songs. I find myself thinking about and dancing to a few of them now. Everyone, so you done well in that department.
All right. If we can make you move, Austin, then we're doing our job.
Excellent. And then you have a house show in Portland as well this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yep, our drummer Sarah set that up, and that's actually at Sarah's house.
Oh.
Yeah. DM.
Oh, I was going to say I have the Google number to ask for the address, but it's
but I mean, yeah. I imagine if you guys are friends online, you can message the band and get an address. So.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, are there going to be other bands playing at the Portland show, or is that just going to be you guys?
No, there's going to be some other bands.
Yeah, there's a couple local bands. Fairweather Fugitive. Pizza Overtime. I'm Mia Primrose, Kelbo, and one other band that I can't remember the name of.
This sounds like a festival almost.
It's gonna be a fun little summer day party. It'll start early.
Oh, okay, nice. I love that. Cool. Well, I know that you guys are getting ready to go and play in a few minutes, so I don't want to keep y'all for too long. But maybe you guys could introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about how you met and became the Outside Agitators.
Yes. Well, I'll start. I'm Monty. I was doing some solo stuff for a while, and then got kind of tired and lonely doing solo stuff. I was like, maybe we should put a band together. And my buddy JD plays bass. And he's back here. And, we started jamming. Then my buddy Casey here plays guitar.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah. We've all kind of been in a bunch of different bands.
Yeah, we have played. There's a lot of shared DNA between all of us as musicians. Different bands have crossed paths over the years, and finally we're all kind of in the same room together playing at the same time.
We started the show off actually with a Manual Sex Drive song, one of Monty's previous groups, which
yes. That's how we met Austin, I believe, Manual Sex Drive on tour.
I think we met at the Limit Club one first, actually.
Oh, that's right. It was Limit Club. That's right.
Yeah. With Miss Ricky in Portland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss Ricky.
Yeah. I actually just did a radio show with her not too long ago. Going to do another one at the end of this month. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're still collaborating with Miss Ricky. That's great.
Yeah. She's got a great voice for radio, so it's hard not to want to work with her. Yeah.
And then we got Sarah here, who actually started drumming with our band. Is
oh, cool.
JD's our band bully.
So you never played drums before this?
I played in one other band called Cure, but then this is the first band I have gone on tour with playing drums.
Cool, excellent. Well, I mean, the tracks sound great, so I would have never known. So
So the tracks we haven't actually recorded as a band yet. So the tracks are like the demos that that we kind of learned the songs as a band with.
Oh, okay. So that's not you. Okay.
Yeah, we better just have some demos to pass out on tour. So
okay.
But that's next on our agenda is to record.
Well, we're catching you guys pretty early on then, which is kind of exciting because often by the time I hear about a band, they're already kind of big deal. So
yeah, I
this is like the 7th show.
Yeah, this is like our
2 days.
Probably our 7th show as a band.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I don't know. It seems like it's easier to get booked in LA when you've been on tour before. So I think we're kind of, we're kind of doing some touring, and then maybe, some people will be cool enough to book in LA.
Right.
I have to admit, it makes me a little less nervous about playing our first show opening for you, hearing that. So, thank you.
Just learn and grow together.
Yeah. Well, this is something that I thought would be a nice kind of like thing to talk about because there is something about being young and green as a band because you're willing to try things and see what happens and whatnot, and the expectations are a little different too because it's nobody knows you yet, so you can kind of be almost anything.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's been interesting kind of figuring out what sound works for us, because originally it was I wrote some songs and let's all see what we can play, and some songs kind of made the cut, and some were these sound better with the way we're vibing together. So
we all kind of come from different musical backgrounds, different genres, a lot of obviously a lot of punk and stuff, but all different subsets of punk, and so mixing it all together as 4 musicians, it creates kind of a new unique thing that wasn't pre-planned. It's kind of evolving as we go.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I often the best laid plans don't always work out, and so I kind of like pardon the metaphor, feeling around in the dark and seeing where things are.
I mean, that's kind of how our group came to be. It kind of started off. We took some songs that Obadiah wrote and learned them together as a band, and then eventually it evolved into this thing where myself and Austin have also contributed some songwriting and have tried to write some songs together, and the way that all coming from that sound that we got from learning Obadiah songs and whatnot, I don't know, I've been really stoked about the way that it's evolving.
Yeah. I think that is the kind of the fun part of a band is seeing where things go and kind of realizing oh, we can do this very well. Let's lean in. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You start to learn each other's strengths and everything. And
For sure. Now, do you want to talk about a little bit of the previous bands that you've been in? Because I know a bit about Monty's musical past, but and Sarah mentioned a previous band. What about you two gents? What have you guys been doing before this?
JD, you want to take this first?
I was in a hardcore band for a long time called Stay Wild. We toured a lot. I also played with Dying For It for a bit. Currently also in Pity Party with Sarah. I've done bass with. I'm almost 40. I've been touring since 2006. So I've played in some weird metal bands like Me and the Captain, which is pirate themed metalcore.
Ooh, I like that.
It wasn't that great. But
honesty, I love it.
But I've been in a lot.
Yeah. Cool.
Similarly to JD, I've been playing music in bands since 2005, 2004, and Currently playing in like a crust death metal band called Hyperpsychic, and I play guitar in a band called Raptors. And then I was previously in like a soul band called Insecure Alex, and I don't know, too many to name, but most based in punk, but then punk with like ska, hardcore, folk punk, pop punk, all sorts of stuff. Hardcore. Did I say that? Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've been digging the demos, so I'm excited to hear what this is going to be like live and whatnot. And again, trying to be sensitive of your time. So if you guys need to get out of here, please let me know. I played a couple of songs that Monty had sent as picks for listening to. There's a couple of things here I thought maybe I'd get you to talk about before I play them. You sent a couple of comedy bits. One the Flaccid Rats, and then RFK's Greatest Hits.
Yeah, so I do a little. I don't do it very regularly, but I have a podcast just as kind of a hobby where I do sketch comedy sort of things, and I wrote a country song, well, pop country song to be specific, a patriotic pop country song to be even more specific. And I named that little band Rascal, or sorry, not Rascal Flats, but Flaccid Rats. Just a little ode to America and like the American flag, which you'll hear if you play it. And then RFK's Greatest Hits was like a little ad for one of those compilation, like Time Life compilation albums, like. Sung by RFK Jr.
Yeah. We're going to hear these later on in the show, but since you guys have a time commitment, I wanted to get you to talk about it a little bit before we play it. I mean, you have, I mean, this is something I was talking a little bit about before the show. You have relentlessly been political in almost everything you do, music, comedy, your life. And that is something that as we are shaping up as a band too, so far that has been kind of like our common core curriculum, I guess, for our band is we all want to write political songs and kind of find a way to like get into this. And I wanted to ask, like, what is it about now that feels, I mean, you've been like this your whole career as far as I know, but like it feels like you haven't slowed down. Like there's no part of you that as you got older, you're like, oh, maybe I should write a love song this week, or, like. Yeah,
I like to write love songs, but the politics kind of sneak in those ones too sometimes, like kind of unintentionally.
Yeah. And I just figured I'd like to hear you guys talk a little bit about like why it feels important to write songs like this, because you could be writing about anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no denying that fascism is on the rise, and there's imperialism is like just been amplified like as time has gone on, and I really think that my struggle has just been kind of trying to figure out how to get some ideas into the audience's mind without being too obscure. I think in the past maybe I've been too obscure about it, and
I see what you mean.
Balance poetry with like the realism, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but there's something about like the song "Reformed" though that feels like that is a song that you don't write your first band or your first like that is a song that like is really kind of like a reflection looking back on a lifetime of being an activist and trying to find your role in it, and like having that moment of like, oh, maybe I should just give up.
And especially like being outspoken in general, you get a lot of pushback from people kind of telling you that like, oh, you have growing up to do. You're just like you're mad because you're not fitting into the world, or you don't want to work or whatnot. And I mean, I kind of wanted to give people like a sense of comfort, like, hey, you're not alone, and also make them laugh a little bit at the idea that like, oh, as you get older, you'll just kind of abandon these values that like so much to you because you'll just conform into whatever this capitalist system wants you to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, the idea is ridiculous that like you can just forget everything you know to be really wrong about the world and just be like, well, that's just how it is. So,
and like a birthday could do that to you. Like you suddenly like change, the odometer flips over and you're like, well, time to put that all in the closet now. I'm done.
Yeah. So I just really wanted to like talk, like kind of lay it out, like how silly it sounds for people to actually tell you that, and even sillier when it actually happens to people. I guess it does sometimes. But.
Yeah. No, we were talking about this on the show earlier, where another friend of ours and previous guest, Joshua, was mentioning how he had been told his whole life, oh, you'll mellow out, and eventually you won't be interested, and you'll find, oh yeah, I'll just settle down. And he's like, no, I'm angrier. I'm more upset now than I was then. like why would I cave in on these ideals?
Right. Well, it's really just like being propagandized into like from the song. An example would be like kind of the United States of America founded on genocide and ethnic cleansing, and that's a fact that hasn't changed at all. I mean, the only way you can really just say, oh well, that's just how it is if your brain is propagandized into thinking that's a normal thing, which it's absolutely not normal, and nothing's really permanent. We get this idea that like, oh, it's the United States, so this is just how the world is going to be forever, and it's like, no, there is an ongoing struggle going on, and we don't really have to accept that like this imperialist way of life is the end of history. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, and I know you both feel very strongly on this. So do you want to weigh in or add to the conversation? Or?
I think it's really interesting because when I was young, punk rock was a music of youth, and when I was young, could never have written the kind of songs that I'm writing right now. Like the amount of rage and anger that's just accreted over time. That's, the understanding of how fucked things can actually get. When you're young, like, you just don't have that kind of perspective.
Right.
And especially when I was young, because, I was young in the 90s, and it was just a different, like, there was still a lot of fucked up stuff going on, but it was just less blatant and obvious and clear. Yeah.
Now it's like 10 times more ramped up too, so it feels like more going on to pay attention
to. But it's just interesting to be in my midlife and be kind of the most punk rock version of myself I think I've ever been, because that's not how they ever explained it or how it's supposed to work, but
yeah. Well, and also you kind of refine your the way you articulate the things that you're angry about. You read more books, you learn more about history,
right? So
it makes more sense actually to become more angsty and political as you get older. To me,
right? For sure. Well, you want to add to that, Valerie?
I mean, I've always been like a punk kid, ever since I was younger, and I did grow up like very sheltered and religious. However, I did kind of move around all the time, and so there were so many things just about the world that I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Why is it being like spoken about like it's like you said, like it's normal when it's not? And I think what really like helped me open up to kind of like learning about everything and like really changing my perspective was like getting into punk music and going to punk shows. And I think that that's a really like important part for someone to, especially like someone who grew up in such a sheltered community, to like break out of that and be in the world and be surrounded by others. And I'm like really stoked to play with you guys and to put out a good message and do what we can for the for our communities and for everyone. And it's fun and all, and it's cathartic, but at the same time it's like it could really help that one kid who's feeling out of place, feeling like something's wrong with the world but doesn't know quite what it is yet. So
yeah. Well, and on that subject, the show is all ages until 10 p.m. And so the music should be wrapping up right around 10 p.m. the bands, so you shouldn't miss any of the bands. But you can also hang out if you want to stick around. We'll be there. We'll have you can talk to us and we'll tell stories.
Also, we have a ton of free zines that we have at our merch table too.
Cool.
That we are really hoping people will embrace and take with them and everything.
Nice. So, yeah. I'll bring some zines too. We'll have a table full of zines. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Making some zines for our band to take to shows and things is something that I really want to do too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you all are doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let me snap a quick screenshot of y'all for this because people can't see the call. So I like to get a quick little image of y'all. Perfect. Thank you. I'll take one more just to be safe. This makes great radio. Well, thank you so much. If you want to see the Outside Agitators, come Thursday. They're going to be playing at Bombs Way Cafe here in the Mid-Valley, Corvallis, Oregon. Doors are at 7. I think the show is going to start by 7:30. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
We are too.
We are too, yes.
Yeah. Anything else before I let you guys go? You guys have been really generous with your time, and I know you guys have to go and play, so I want to give you some time to relax.
I have nothing. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys calling in. Thanks.
Look forward to the show.
Yeah, cool. Well,
to see all you guys, man.
Yeah. Have a good time tonight. A successful show this evening, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, great meeting y'all. Can't wait to see y'all in person in a couple days.
Run.
New friends.
Cool. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Well, that was the Outside Agitators here on Mid-Valley Mutation. So excited that they were able to call in and do that. That was really cool. And thank you guys so much for helping me with the questions. I love that. Let's see. We talked a little bit about these comedy bits that Monty did for his podcast. Let's transition into that, and then maybe we'll play a couple songs that Obadiah picked for us to listen to, just to kind of get a sense of our taste and maybe what to expect at the show on Thursday. This is, as Monty suggested, RFK's greatest hits here on Mid-Valley Mutations, Sheena's Jungle Room, and WFMU.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Imagine if you could own all of your favorite classic hits in one single collection, all performed by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
The guilty undertaker sighs, the lonesome organ grinder cries, the silver saxophone say I should refuse you.
Time Life presents RFK Jr.'s greatest hits.
Here you go, way too fast. Don't slow down, you're gonna crash. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't get vaccinations. But I jabbed a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Available on 2 CDs or cassettes, this once-in-a-lifetime collection includes 40 of RFK's personal favorites.
Crying over you. You saw me standing alone.
Featuring rare performances not found anywhere else, like RFK's duets with the Brainworm.
Yeah, I wonder, take it, Brainworm.
Yes, I do.
Why? Eyes without a face.
This fabulous collection can be yours for only $19.95 for cassette, $24.95 for CD. But order now. Supplies are limited, and demand is spreading faster than measles in Samoa after a visit from RFK.
To order RFK Jr.'s greatest hits, call 1-900-555-WORM. That's 1-900-555-WORM. Only the herd immune need apply. Have your credit card and blank vaccine passport ready. No CODs.
I'm walking in the rain.
accepted. What if I think that we are all in the same stream?
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Okay, a little rundown of various different influences and selections by some of the people that are playing this show that we're plugging and whatnot. And I'm going to have to move over here and then shout into the microphone to read the playlist. So we heard earlier, before the Outside Agitators conversation, the Talking Heads and Nation of Ulysses. And then we spoke. Oh, there. Oh, we can do it this way. And then we spoke with the Outside Agitators. And then we came back listening to RFK's Greatest Hits.
Which was freaking hilarious.
Yes. Followed that up with Off, War Above Los Angeles, Crash Davidian, or Davidian, with Passion of Rage, the Pom Poms with Star Spangled Banner, and then we ended that set with Link, 2 Feet in Front. Thank you for letting me borrow your microphone briefly. And so now...
Pretty sure they're all your microphone.
No, that one...
No, you're right. This is actually my microphone.
That is actually your microphone. The one you will probably be singing in on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So, now, we have two of the members of Coronation Wound. Outside Agitators had to go and play a show tonight. So I want to leave the phone line open, actually. If people want to call and talk to us, ask questions... and you're in the digital salon already, then you can see the link that we have available. Just go to bit.ly/MVM audience participation. Of course, we can hang up on you if we want. So this is going to be real.
For a mere $1.99 a minute, I'll make my voice real sexy.
Fair enough. First of all, before we get too far into things, let's talk about the songs that we just played, because I think I played a song picked by almost everybody. We played a couple songs that Ariel, our bass player, selected. That was the Link and the Nation of Ulysses song. And then we had Off and the Pom Poms. Do you guys want to talk about those songs and why you picked them?
Going back to kind of one of the things we were talking about in the Outside Agitators interview, I think Off is such a great example of like somebody who came up in punk, helped invent hardcore, Keith Morris, just like at the top of his game, like late in his career, and just absolutely killing it. I think Off is incredible. And I think Keith Morris is making some of his best music right now.
We were talking a little bit offline about how I love the fact that it's like more aggressive than the Circle Jerks. That it's like you kind of looked at what he was doing with the Circle Jerks, and he's like, I think I can turn this up a little bit and be even more in your face.
Yeah. And by doing something slightly different, like, he's not trying to be faster. He's not trying to do the same things as the Circle Jerks did. Mm-hmm. You can tell it's a band that's really incorporating all the other musicians, even though, Keith Morris is definitely at the heart of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had never heard that Pom Pom song before, but that was absolutely in the pocket for me. That was great. What made you pick that one?
So it was actually I decided to pick that one because of a conversation you and I had last night at band practice.
Right.
We were talking about how hyperpop seems to be almost like the new punk. It's as punk as the kids are getting into these days, and it just really has that like outrageous energy that that came from punk. And this track is from a new friend of mine I made last month, Kitty, who significantly contributed to the hyperpop sound. I think she was making hyperpop records on her own back in like 2014, and really like paved the way for the genre. And so wanted to give a little shout out to her, especially with this incredibly punk track.
Yeah, those lyrics were fantastic.
They really they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to say anything else about it. It's just listen to the song, read the lyrics, and yeah.
Well, and one of the ideas that I had for today's show after we got a chance to talk to the Outside Agitators was that because Coronation Wound does not have any recordings yet. Is the real rub. We have some practice demos, and that's basically for us. And so we don't really have a sample of what we can play. And so I thought it would be a good idea to pick stuff out that we all appreciate and are interested in, and that way we could kind of talk about it and give people a sense of where we're coming from and what we're interested in. Because I think one of the unique things about our particular group is that we do have people kind of coming from wildly different perspectives in terms of their music point of view. And I think that is actually kind of like working for us in our favor, where we're kind of like carving out a sound that is like working for each of us and is not just kind of like lopsided in one direction.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm excited to see what people think our influences are after hearing us, seeing what it reminds them of.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, and this is my desire for everything that I do, hopefully it tickles somebody in a way where they're like, oh, I like that, and it's not quite anything else that I already have. Like, that's usually my hope. But,
I mean, we don't want to make a record that's already been made.
For sure. Now, the success of that, of course, is what do you call it? Subjective. But
unless that record is Funhouse by the Stooges, I want to make that record.
Maybe we could
specifically.
Maybe we could do like a cover of like every song on Funhouse. There we go. Now we're coming up with stuff like this. Maybe we could talk a little bit since Obadiah is no stranger to the show. We've had him on in a few different incarnations and whatnot.
Anytime Austin gets desperate, I end up being the guest.
Well, and often you have played, not that they're any less political and whatnot, but often you have played songs that were more in kind of a acoustic vein. You and a guitar and your voice. And so this is a slight change of pace in that regard. But like, when I think about the lyrics, it's not like they're that far off in terms of some subject matter than some of your other songs. Maybe your previous ones are a little more poetic, but they're still as political in certain ways. So what made you kind of like shift gears and go like, well, maybe I need to like put the guitar aside and scream?
I mean, have you been paying attention?
Fair.
Like
totally.
Like literally
totally
fucking
fair.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
But no, to your point about the lyrics though, I do think that lyrics are lyrics, and I don't try to constrain myself in what I write. So far, most of what I've written for this band has been deeply political, but I'm not going to say that there might not be some, like, personal or, like, weird Southern Gothic or, like, like, I think I'm totally open to whatever moves me making its way into any music I make. It's just, right now, I'm very angry.
Totally fair. Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense to me, but I also feel like sometimes when I ask questions like that, it's not always like, oh, I hadn't, maybe that was something you'd considered or not. So, yeah.
I did know that after playing in an acoustic project for a while, and that kind of getting to a point where I was going to either need to rebuild it from the ground up or do something else. Feeling this kind of punk energy that's always been there, and just deciding that like that was what I wanted to center and really pursue was what led to me wanting to start a punk band.
Yeah. Well, and I could also see kind of like, there is not necessarily that this is required, because I think even playing a acoustic guitar could be as confrontational as anything else. But there's something about being a little more confrontational now, that feels important.
Yeah.
Where it feels like you got to be a little louder. You got to be like maybe a little more kind of like piercing.
I mean, I think format does matter. I think it's easier to make people cry if you're playing an acoustic guitar. I think it's harder to make them riot.
Fair.
You know.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah.
So, you know, if that's your goal, if you want to start a riot, it's time to maybe look for something a little more aggressive.
Sure. Well, maybe we'll flip this on the other side, because we had we played a song a couple shows ago by Isla Star, which is Valerie's other project, and that is also kind of like it is a very different kind of music than what we've been playing tonight, and it's even very different than Coronation Wound. But there is something also that feels very current with those songs. Like, it feels very like of the moment, and not necessarily like something that's like, this sounds old-fashioned. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I think most of the Isla Star project has been me and my friends, and now mainly me and my wife, but mostly just capturing moments in real time as they're happening. We made a record, Journal Sonore, me and my friends, back in 2022, 2023, which just captured the small Mississippi town that we lived in, and we made a collage full of field recordings and also just improvised jam sessions, and that became kind of the core for Isla Star, is having things just be in the moment. Less premeditation than my other projects and bands, less like songwriting, but more just improvisational and capturing an intimate, personal moment.
I have been thinking about this more and more for people who play music that is not necessarily structured songs or like reading from sheet music or something like that, where I realize that like that kind of music is more in a therapeutic mode than anything else, because like so much of therapy is about like, oh, get out of your head and get into the moment. Like, try to be present now. Try to like experience things as they're happening and not dwell on the past or the future. And like improvisational music is that. Like, you can't do it any other way except to be in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to get so stuck when you have like a vision for something and you just can't quite get it right no matter what you do. And it's really refreshing to be able to just like let go, have no intentions, just have like record a moment of walking to work one day, or you're just hanging out with friends and you pick up some instruments and you're just messing around, and nothing intentional, nothing like that. But and I think those can feel very sacred as opposed to a fully produced, written, premeditated.
It's so easy for performances like that to start to slip into ritual. Almost.
Right.
You know, because there's something about like playing punk rock where it feels very kind of like theatrical. Like, you want to put on a show, you want it to be big, you want it to be brash, you kind of want people to pay attention. Whereas
I've always thought of ambient music as the complete opposite of theater.
Of theater even. I love that. Okay.
Because it feels like, to me, theater, you're creating a world in which somebody is watching and seeing happen in real time. But ambient feels more like it's not only a part of your world, but it comes from the very direct world you're in.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like an ambient show can be so different just depending on like the venue.
100%. Yeah, the space will change everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas to a degree, and certainly space does matter at a punk show as well, but to a degree, I think a band that has got their chops as a punk band is going to be able to deliver in a basement as well as on a stage or in somebody's garage. Like, there's something about that where like the delivery mechanism, I think, still works in various spaces, whereas ambient would change at all of those.
You kept referring to your music as not premeditated, which made me think of our music as premeditated, like a murder.
Don't say it like that on the air.
We didn't mean it that way. No, we did, actually.
The murder of unstructured music.
Yeah. There you go. Well, we do have the phone lines open if people are listening and would like to ask a question, or you could even drop a message into the digital salon and ask a question that way. But yeah, go to bit.ly/MVM audience participation, and you can talk to the band members. Let's see. Now, we obviously want to plug this show one more time, so let's talk about this. Now, you actually have the hometown advantage on this show because, for better or for worse, you know this town well.
Yeah, I grew up in Corvallis, and I escaped when I was 21, and I still run a business there, but I have not lived there since. But somehow I still know a lot of people there. So
very cool.
And I'm told that some of them will even leave their houses for it. So.
Yeah. Well, I am hoping that they will come and stay, and not just to harass you.
I'll take what I can get.
Excellent. Well, if nobody wants to call in just yet, maybe we'll play a few more songs, and then we'll kind of get into some more stuff afterwards. I think I wanted to start with now this is a track that Obadiah and I actually recorded together, a song he wrote, and then I helped him record it. It's more in a punk vein, and we'll play that. And then I guess I should probably play a song by the 11-SixtyFours, since that's going to be one of the other acts that you will hear at this show. So, and then maybe, is there an Isla Star song that we should play? Maybe. I think I got both of those two. There it is. Okay, yeah, and we'll add that one to the mix as well, and then we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, it's Mid-Valley Mutations here on Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU. We've got Coronation Wound here in the studio. Thank you guys so much for coming over.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Now let's get into the music.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Sure.
bit stirred upstairs. What's the news?
You are. I'm history.
It's a pretty articulate view. Almost poetic. Consider a little drink.
Everything's falling apart.
We're not gonna make it.
It's over now.
Hello, little drink. Before the world became ratings and people became demographics and everything became the product, people gathered together in communal escapism to share adventure, excitement, laughter, romance. They shared these vicarious emotions together. And that was before they gave us game shows and chat shows and news. Here's mud in your micro. One sword is mega summer cloud.
breaking the speed limit. Time after time after time. He's in a coma down 999. She's in a coma down 999. He's in a coma down 999. She's in a coma down 999. Give you a heart attack. Yeah, this'll cost you 12, oh, it's fine, fine, fine. He's in a coma down 999. He's in a coma down 999. She's in a coma down 999. He's in a coma down 999. Now it's in my blood. Oh, I feel fine, fine, fine. He's in a coma down 999. She's in a coma down 999. He's in a coma down 999. Follow the line. Follow the track. You're taking so much, it's gonna give you a heart attack. Give you a heart attack. He's in a coma down 999. She's in a coma down 911. It's no fun. If you get caught, you'll be doing time.
Stuck on this.
Young and dumb, dreaming just fantasy. Fresh out of the academy. Fight to lose your boss's head, make your day. Unless you pay off, then you look away. Do you think this corruption will ever stop? What makes a person wanna be a cop? Red and red like storm is out to bust the guy. Do you like to see his children cry? Pick up a hooker, take her for a little ride. But get sucked off on the side.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Okay, and we're back. And we got the members of Coronation Wound here in the studio. How's it going, Obadiah and Valerie?
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm having a fun time.
Nice. I mean, the interesting thing about doing radio a la Mid-Valley Mutations is that I'm sure you saw the photos. We're flying by the seat of our pants. It's Tarzan radio, as the Subgenius used to say, and we're hanging in there.
It's the only place you're going to go from ambient to Poison Idea in 3 songs.
Does somebody want to do a readback of what we were listening to? Maybe somebody other than my voice should read back the songs that we heard just in that last little block right here.
So we listened to Dedicated by myself, somewhat mortifyingly. Little Drink Surf by the 11-64s. We listened to Swimming Pool by Isla Star. Coma by Alien Sex Fiend. And The Badge by Poison Idea.
Yeah, nice. And we were just talking, Poison Idea, Hometown Heroes, local band. That song.
I'm sure I've told you about the one time I tried to see them live.
I think you told me, but I don't know if you told the story on the show.
Oh, so I saw them, I think it was at the Meow Meow, which was an all-ages venue, and therefore didn't have any drinking. And my understanding is that Jerry, the lead singer, took a bunch of acid or something because he couldn't drink. And they got up on stage, and halfway through the first song, he freaked out and ran out of the venue and never returned. Oh, no. So I have in my life seen exactly half a song's worth of Poison Idea live.
Wild.
And the band was just standing there looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do now?
I guess we play covers or something.
They just packed it in. They were like, we're done, I guess.
Wow. Yeah. So I guess the lesson you should take from this story is that if you're in a band, you should have
don't play all ages venues.
Well, you should have a contingency plan for when the lead singer takes too much acid. So that's what I took away from this story.
Yeah. Keep it chill this time, Obadiah.
I promise I will only take a normal amount of acid.
Fair enough. Well, so do we want to talk about these songs here? Because I think we actually played something that represents a little bit of all of us. And then we played an Alien Sex Fiend song that was picked by Monty, who wanted to contribute to the DJ sets tonight. Thank you very much, Monty, from the Outside Agitators. We kind of went around the horn. Maybe we should start with the song that Obadiah wrote, Dedicated. This is kind of maybe the closest adjacent thing to Coronation Wound that we have recordings of.
It is sort of like proto-Coronation Wound.
Yeah.
When I was kind of deciding to get back into writing punk songs and feeling that out. I played bass and guitar on it and sang.
Yeah. And our friend Josh just got here. Hey, how's it going?
You're on the radio, dude. It's time for an impromptu 50% of Point Line Plane interview.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep this. Yeah. You should have some whiskey, please. Yeah. We started off with that, and that was kind of the main reason I wanted to play it. Is it is kind of like a adjacent to what we're doing, because unfortunately we have no recordings of the band, so we can't play samples for people. So.
Yeah.
Can you like
just sing an a cappella version of.
I like this where we all kind of like do our instruments, but through our. Are you ready, Val? No.
No, if you want to hear the songs, you have to come to Corvallis on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Trust me, it takes me a lot to recommend that you come to Corvallis.
And then we shifted gears a little bit because we heard an Isla Star track, and this is kind of our shifting from punk to ambient, downshifting in the show. Do you want to talk a little bit about that song that you played?
Yeah, thanks for playing that one. So that one kind of has a long. It's been around for a while. Originally wrote it with the group back in 2018, and for every record we made different versions of this song in different genres. But nothing really stuck. It never went on a record. And then as this project was kind of coming to a close, I was moving to Oregon, and I stopped in Utah, where I used to live, where this group started. For a night, and met up with a couple of the old band members, Gage and Noah, and we had a little jam session. Nothing intentional. We didn't mean to keep making more Isla Star, but we riffed off of this song, and then with a couple new people, Ashton, who was there, their roommate, and then my wife Miriam, and that was sort of. I don't know, a really cool way to make some new stuff and play some of the old stuff, and it ended up being my favorite version of this song, and ended up being the song that made the cut. I think simply because of the deconstruction of it, and just just capturing that intimate moment of just friends playing music together. You know, we didn't have it structured out for this time, and we just let it breathe with new people, and yeah.
I love this because you're getting at something that I wanted to bring up, and the Outside Agitators talked about it a little bit when we had them on the call earlier, about how these kinds of things are about helping strengthen the community angle of it, and recording with friends is exactly that. It's like being able to like strengthen your friendships, strengthen the music scene, strengthen the community. Like that is kind of what it's all about. It's like,
I mean, we didn't even mean to record. I just thought it would be nice to have a little recording just for myself, to listen back on that day, since it was a really great day.
And then it turns out it's on the album too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Along with a couple other things we improvised.
Yeah. I mean, certainly we talked a little bit about this off line earlier, but like there's something about playing music together and having shows like this where you're actually kind of like you're doing the thing that we have been kind of conditioned not to do, which is like we've been conditioned to stay home. We've been conditioned to kind of like go on the internet, maybe stream a movie or something like that. And like all those things are isolated.
On Fruity Loops.
That's even a little more interesting. But I mean, the point is like we were conditioned to not go out, and to not hang out with each other, to not try to be creative in these ways. And so that's why I think shows like this are so important, is that it kind of like goes against that conditioning in that way.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about it a lot, about kind of getting bored of and resenting solo projects. As
yes.
No matter how good you can make it on your own, like it's always going to be something so special and better with a group, with someone else.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like maybe all of us have felt this a little bit. It's like you can only take it so far on your own. Like I think you need another point of view, another perspective, someone else to kind of help you sandpaper off those edges and whatnot.
Well, I mean, for Coronation Wound, when I decided to start a band, a punk band, I was like, I'm going to start a hardcore band, and I know what hardcore sounds like, and I had this vision in my head of what it was going to be, and we're pretty variant from that, and we're a lot better than what I pictured.
Yeah, I think so. I think bands. I made this joke earlier, and pardon to being crass, but I think you got to feel each other out in the dark a little bit and kind of get to know what works for each other, because like
you got to get handsy.
Yeah, you got a little bit, because like I feel like whatever your expectations are going in, you're going to be a bad lover otherwise. So yeah, that's just a little bit of my take on this. I always feel like it's good to kind of talk things through and kind of figure out where things are going, because sometimes those initial plans don't always line up, as you were saying. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of, we have had a few iterations of this band trying to kind of like get it to click, and this is the version that finally worked.
Yeah, no, there are, like, we're playing our first show and there's at least 3 former members.
Already. Yeah. Well, and we're in good company too, because as we discovered, Outside Agitators, and in spite of having a lot of veteran performers, I think it was like their 7th or 8th show that they're playing. So nice to know that we're all kind of green.
No, that really did make me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Well, we got like another hour here coming up, so I think we're going to get into a little more of a DJ mode here if we can.
Hell yeah.
We'll just kind of pick some songs and see where things go from here. I think we should start things off with another pick from Valerie, because you sent me a couple of tracks that you wanted to play. I tried to get everybody in the band to kind of send me a few songs that they wanted to play that either kind of reflected their sensibility or their style, the way that they play music, something like that. And so the Pom Poms was your first pick, and then you picked this Joy Division track. What was the inspiration?
Well, getting into music, I mean, this is so cliche, and this is like everybody, but like getting into guitar really came from my dad, who has been playing guitar basically his whole life, and his favorite band has always been New Order.
Oh,
and
okay.
So I got really into that, and then went down the rabbit hole down to Joy Division.
Yeah.
And eventually went further down that rabbit hole into their rehearsal recordings, which became my favorite. Going back to like intimate moments with friends, not without intention of some professional recording or performance. And I was interested to find out through my research that there was only 3 recordings of this song with Joy Division, and one of them's live, one of them's a demo, and then one of them is just from their band practice, which is this one here, not featured on any record.
Oh man, I love that.
It's become my favorite version.
Cool.
And I picked it as the guitar player in Coronation Wound. I think it's very apparent that a lot of my sound comes from Joy Division. I think all of us have a little Joy Division.
We talked a little bit about this though. I feel like it's one of those bands that like there's so much there to dig into, and you relate to it at so many different times in your life, and like
yeah.
I mean, we're not too far away from the Joy Division poster that I had in my wall that attacked me one night while I was doing this very show. Which is why it's out here in the garage now and no longer in my office. Cool. Well, let's play this song, and then we'll get into a little bit more of a DJ set for this third hour here. But the next time I do a voiceover, I think I'm going to open up the call line again if people want to call in and ask questions. So if you're got burning questions for the members of Coronation Wound, please give us a call a little bit later. We'll get into it. Anything else before we switch over?
No, let's listen to music.
Okay, let's play some tunes. It's Mid-Valley Mutations here, Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU, and yeah, we're getting into the spooky stuff.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
metro cops or their bullshit traffic stops. And it seems they're never at fault, committing protester assault. Qualified immunity, relieve their liability. They're fascist gangs, they must be stopped. We don't need the metro cops. We'll tear these fuckers down and build something new instead. We're starting over. The old system is dead. We don't need the metro cops. A completely useless lot. You want acceptance for your Uncle Bob. Fuck every single fucking cop. We'll tear these fuckers down and fund something useful now. Sell the tanks and artillery. Build schools and libraries. All cops are bastards. Never trust a fucking cop. All cops are bastards. Never trust a fucking cop. All cops are bastards. Never trust a fucking cop. All cops are bastards. Never trust a fucking cop. We don't need the metro cops or their bullshit traffic stops. And it seems they're never at fault, committing protester assault. Qualified immunity, relieve their liability. They're fascist gangs, they must be stopped. We don't need the metro cops. We'll tear these fuckers down and build something new instead. We're starting over. The old system is dead.
Street
sheep all flee. We tear out our own throats, and I don't know why, but your teeth feel like love as the blood soaks the ground. Pray to God it's enough. Sacrifice, a solemn prayer to a graven figure that cannot care. Though we dance the circle, the end still comes. Hang a wreath on your lintel, hide your young. This constellation of fruitless streams trickling down become lost haunted things, and I don't know why, but hope still burns. Lay open a vein, all the saints each in their turns. In the night, we hunt like wolves. When the sheep all flee, we tear out our own throats, and I don't know why, but your teeth feel like love as the blood soaks the ground. I pray to God it's enough, I pray to God it's enough.
Tell you what it means to me. Largest prison population in history, running over protesters in the street. We stand for the flag, we don't take no knee. I like to fold my flag up into a little sleeve, fill it up with Vaseline, express my love for America physically. I'm an ignorant bootlicker having fun, got my truck nuts gleaming in the sun. I'm a patriot till the end, I like America more than a friend. I'm a patriot till the end. kids, they know why I leave dig holes in my apple pies. Those founding fathers got them bedroom eyes. Once again, my South will rise. I get so sore at Mount Rushmore, flashlight in the tailpipe of my Ford. If you really love the USA, you gotta show it at least 4 times a day. Oh, say, can you see my red rockets glare? Picture 10 in my star-spangled underwear. I'm a patriot till the end, 'cause I like America more than a friend. I'm a patriot till the end. I like America more than a friend. I'm a patriot till the end. I like America more than a friend. I'm a patriot till the
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Okay, we just had a nice little block of tunes there. Obadiah did the read back on the last block. Do you want to do this one, Valerie, and tell us what we just listened to?
Yeah, for sure. So we listened to that rehearsal recording of Ceremony by Joy Division. Then we did Pipe Bomb by Gottlieb. Is that right? Gottlieb. And then we listened to ACAB by the 11-64s with our host, that is by our host Austin here.
Thank you.
Then we listened to one of my friends' band's new track. My friends Ryland and Phil. I've done music with them so much over the years, but we listened to their new band, Mortal American Body, their song Death to Liberty. Then we listened to one of Obadiah's tracks again, this one called Wolves. And then More Than a Friend by Flaccid Rats.
That was Monty again with one of his comedy tracks from his podcast.
And then we listened to Monty's band, the Outside Agitators, their demo Reformed.
Yeah, and this was the song we talked a little bit about when we were on the call with Monty about people always telling you that you're going to change when you get older, and that's a song from the point of view of someone who changed when they got older.
And then lastly, we played a live recording from the Lint Club?
The Limit Club.
The Limit Club.
Yeah. That was Monty's band back before Manual Sex Drive and before Outside Agitators. Our mutual friend Ricky and I had him on the radio 15 years ago. So that was a lot of fun. I liked hearing that. I should remaster the Limit Club recordings because that one seemed a little weak. I could probably beef that one up a little bit.
My apologies to those bands for butchering the names.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Well, we are kind of in the back end of the show here, and so I want to talk a little bit more about that we're playing on Thursday. So let's mention that again. Corvallis, Bombs Away Cafe.
Yeah, it's a lovely town full of lovely people. It's a short drive from everywhere. You have no excuse.
I like that. You have no excuse.
No excuse. I don't want to hear them.
Very cool. Very cool. Have you ever played shows in Corvallis before? Is this your...
The last time I played a show in Corvallis might have been the Odd Fellows Hall when I was 18. My band Total Failure opened for the Manholes.
Oh.
And I drank...
Oh, man, I forgot about the Manholes.
A fair amount of HRD vodka with this Hesher kid in the alley out back beforehand.
I like that.
But also somehow it was kind of one of the best shows I've ever played because everybody was just absolutely fucking crazy. And the Manholes are, like, probably mentally ill. I think their lead singer tried to, like, give himself brain damage, bashing himself over the head with a chair during their set.
They are truly... I haven't thought about them in a long time.
I remember that show happened, and then I moved to Portland, and years later I was walking along, and I saw a flyer on a telephone pole for the Manholes. We're talking like 5-6 years later. Like, was flabbergasted that they still existed.
Yeah. They were one of those bands where you could, like, totally imagine reading a story in some zine somewhere. It was like, yeah, and then the drummer died in some unfortunate circumstance.
They also refused to headline, so they went before us. Like somehow, like at our very first show, like we ended up like playing last.
Love that. I love that. There's something about those kinds of things that happen at DIY shows. That's nice. That's nice. Well, so you have played in Corvallis a few times before, but this will be the first show for this band. What else do you guys want to say about Coronation Wound? Like, what else kind of feels like important that people should know before we kind of wrap up that part of the conversation?
I feel like I have a lot to say, and God damn it, I'm going to say it.
Come hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's angry. It's sometimes sloppy. It's I don't know. It's a band that started out to be political hardcore and is now like morphed into something adjacent to that, but also something wildly different. So, yeah. Still political.
I like that you said I have a lot to say, because I feel like I've been going through that a lot lately too, where it's like I feel like there's a lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to get off your chest, and so like I'm feeling a little bit of that same vibe as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be like slightly frank for just a moment,
please.
I got some things to say that, like, there are probably a lot of places I shouldn't say them. On stage at a punk show feels like it might be my best opportunity
your best
to
bet.
put that out there without ruining my future political career.
So are you launching your political career now? What is this a
Look, I can't be worse than that fucker.
I love this. Vote for Obadiah. Valerie, how do you feel about the show? Anything else we should bring up about Coronation Wound that we need to address? Or
I mean, it's spot on. All the things that we're not saying here right now, we're gonna say on Thursday. So come here and say those things.
Yeah. I might not say this time, but at previous 11-64's shows, I have said something to the effect of, I've had all I can stands, I can't stands no mores. We're the 11-64's.
Yeah, no, this is a really exciting opportunity. I feel like it's so hard not to say these things, especially with music and performing. And I think I've gotten a little bored of the other kinds of music that I've been doing that isn't so direct in the way that we are.
Yeah. I mean, there is something fun about like writing a song that like is much more like, I'm going to actually like talk about this thing that's been on my mind, you know, rather than like just trying to write some abstract thing about your feelings or whatever.
Like alluding to it. Yeah.
It's like, no, I really want to address this issue and actually kind of like talk about it, where it's not like I don't want to beat around the bush.
Yeah, like how can you right now?
It feels it feels very important. We're probably not going to get a scene report from Joshua, so maybe we'll move on to a few more songs before we wrap up the show. Arms crossing still cool in the Midwest. This is what I'm hearing. I like this. Okay, nice. Well, let's hear a few more songs here, and then we'll probably wrap up the show. I want to play another one by Manual Sex Drive. This was the band before Outside Agitators that Monty was in. They were on the show a few years ago. Actually, played at the KMUZ studios is where we recorded this. So I'm going to play a track of that, and then I think we're going to get into this 7-second song that Obadiah picked, and then we'll see where we go from there. It's Mid-Valley Mutations here on Sheena's Jungle Room, WFMU, and we've got Coronation Wound here in the studio, as they say.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
All right, we're going to do one off of our first record called House of Cards.
Child, I'm a monster, I get drunk on holy water. I'm a fiend, I'm your friend, disgrace you until living in a house of cards, never wanna leave this place. I'm the inverted hanging man with a smile on my dancing in a house of cards. Falling to the ground. Party time, young ones, and it's our fun, and it's all extreme as our struggle to survive. Struggle to survive. this place, you might kill me. Living in a house of cards, never wanna leave this place. I'll be a burning, hanging man with a smile on my face. That's it, house of cards. That's it, in a house of cards. That's it, in a house of cards. That's it, in a house of cards. Spinning around, hell's confetti falls to the ground. Spinning around, hell's confetti falls to the ground. Well, I'm just a child. He's just a child. You're just a child. March for the quad. March para frente. Amor como socialista. Poder como anarquista. Amor como socialista. Poder como anarquista. Anarquista. March for the quad. March para frente.
synergize me, rebaptize me, a logarithmic ritual. Digitize me, synthesize me, an algorithmic elemental. Synergize me, rebaptize me, free me from this human world. Before I can't upload, before I get too old. Posting so fast that my fingers bleed, earning new badges at incredible speeds. A podcasting posse that's totally elite, with product placement drops that are very discreet. Wiki racing toward the trending post. In IRL, I'm almost a ghost. 16 chats open, running multiple games. And when I'm alone, you can hear me say, digitize me, synthesize me, an algorithmic elemental. Synergize me, rebaptize me, a logarithmic ritual. Check my user change log if you want to know where I've gone.
What is that? It's a computer generated, whatever it is.
He's not perfected yet. He's a computer generated person based on you.
Mid-Valley Mutations.
Do you want to talk about this on the air? Because we're here. we're talking about physical media versus digital media.
Valerie just mentioned the idea of labels that only take physical demos, and I published a zine called The Audience Void that published horror fiction and poetry. And the thing that I found is when you accept submissions digitally, which I did, because in that world you kind of have to, like, people are not, you can't ask people to send you their manuscripts in, like, the year of our Lord 2020. Like, but
make sure it's formatted just the right way too.
But it also creates such a low barrier to entry that you get just absolutely flooded with submissions and with content, a lot of it not very good.
Right.
So, like, I kind of sort of respect a label that would be like, you have to at least rise to the bar of being able to burn a CD or make a tape.
I mean,
before you can submit to us.
Yeah, Joshua and I talked a little bit about this a while back about how, unfortunately, the barrier to entry was lowered so far that, like, everybody put something online, and that kind of like screwed DIY in a certain way. And so it makes more sense, I think, to actually have like these. You have to actually try a little harder if you have to make a physical thing.
Yeah.
We're getting near the end of the show here, so we got like a few more things to close out with. We're probably going to end with one last track by the Outside Agitators to kind of give you one last taste of what they sound like. And we got a few more minutes here before we really wrap things up. What else can we say? I guess we should talk a little bit about what we just played. We had another song by Obadiah, actually a couple in that batch there. One of your acoustic songs that we referenced earlier, and then that Nancy Reagan, or Reagan Nancy, I should say, song.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you. The quality controls really dropped on this radio show.
We'll let anybody in, apparently.
I saw the sign, man.
But any comments about either of those tracks, or did you just want to better? The less said, the better.
Yeah, I don't really have that much to say. The song Nancy Reagan is about Nancy Reagan, but also more generally the idea of the women who are enablers to the men in the Republican Party and how sort of fucked that is.
Yeah,
yeah.
The Karen phenomenon that are actually kind of like supporting those causes and things like that.
Yeah, and I believe in supporting women, but maybe not them.
Fair, totally fair perspective. We also heard another Isla Star track in that batch there. Now, I actually played this one on the show a couple weeks ago, or maybe I have it slotted for one coming up. I can't remember if I played this one or not yet. I have another one of your songs coming up on a show soon.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Well, did you want to talk about this one a little bit that you picked? Because you seemed very gung-ho on playing this one.
It was kind of a last-minute pick, but this one's really special to me, I guess. I started recording the guitar on my first mushroom trip when I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
And my friend Noah was there trip sitting me. Very essential Isla Star component there.
Let's
officially more productive than any mushroom trip I've ever had.
Let's give Noah a big round of applause, because those guides during those trips, man, they are essential.
Yeah, thanks for taking me on walks and to random parties and back to my place to record some music. And I ended up mixing and mastering that track and recording the spoken word when I was living in a motel in North Hollywood. Just not having anything left to do but trying to survive and, I don't know, make music. Like, what else can you do?
Isn't that what we're all trying to do? Oh, dang. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on this. I wasn't quite sure if we were going to be able to pull this off, because I've only done a couple of things live like this where I have people come over to the house, and it actually worked pretty well. So maybe we'll do more stuff like this. If I can clean this garage, we could actually set up a band out here.
Yeah, well, I've been a big fan of your show, and it's fun to be here in person.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. I guess I should mention a couple things that are coming up on the program soon, because if I am not mistaken, next week we're going to have Arvo Zylo do his DJ set. It's been a little while since he's done one for our show, we've been itching to get him back into the swing of things, and so we're going to have him on next week. And then I think very soon, tentatively June 30th, not quite, we want to iron out a couple more dates. Mr. X and I are going to do a program together as well. Mr. X, a good friend of mine, been around for a while, and he always picks out songs that I've never heard before that are great. And so I'm always looking forward to when he does a DJ set for us. So. And I know at one point we were talking about doing a soul show where you bring soul picks. And
I totally want to do that.
Yeah. Because inevitably what happens at a Coronation Wound practice.
Oh, we play a bunch of punk rock and then we just fucking nerd out about like deep soul cuts.
we basically spend more time talking about records that we've discovered.
Like we either talk about like deep soul cuts or like weird 90s like proto emo bands.
That's usually Ariel.
Yeah. But Ariel's really into both.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, but Ariel will be the one who will like mention, like a heroin 7-inch that I haven't listened to in like 25 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he always has like a lot of that kind of going on. I guess while we got a couple minutes here, anybody any questions from the digital salon? What do we got over here? That just looks like a casual conversation by listeners over there. So no questions for the band. Well, maybe we'll get one. What's the scene like in Canada these days, Joshua? What can you tell us about that?
It's cold.
Yeah. Give us a scene report.
For my one time playing in a single city.
The Canada scene report here by Joshua Blanchard.
People are drunk young.
That's right.
And they get real crazy.
Yeah. Because it's like 19, right? You can get beer at 19?
Yeah.
And
I will say that we met this nice guy, but also weird, but both is true. But who was like a mega fan of my band, which is surprising to me. But he had listened he started quoting things that I said in my radio interview with you.
Oh,
and I was like, why would you know that? And then he had like listened to it and like absorbed the whole thing, which I thought was a lot of dedication. But it was also cool that we got random homesteading Canadians listening to your radio show. Apparently.
Oh man, you told me that story, but I forgot. That is really cool. I love that.
Yeah, he was like going like this, like it's weird when someone quotes things that you said, and I was like, God,
well,
I don't like that.
This is part of that community thing we were talking about, where it's kind of like when you actually go out and meet people and talk about this stuff, you realize how much more we all have in common than if we just sit at home and.
But also, let's I'm not surprised at all that weird homesteading Canadians are part of both of your demographics.
Okay. That is totally...
yeah, I get that.
That's fair.
Easier to get across the border, I will say.
Oh, yeah?
Than it used to be.
Oh, yeah? It used to be harder?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, in fact, my band had never gone there before, despite 158 shows. Or 150 shows.
Because it was that much more challenging.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah. You know, I realize I've only crossed the Canadian border once, and it was for like a overnight hangout, no music reason or anything like that. So I have no idea.
Still might find a reason.
I have no context for how difficult that is to do.
My ex got pulled over at the border and got put into the back room, and AC/DC was there. Like in the back room.
So this story just suddenly got way more interesting. So AC/DC was there being pulled
over as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's AC/DC, I guess. I mean, I would pull over AC/DC, like, let's be real.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you just want to get to know those guys a little bit. So you're just like, I'm pulling you over, but what's going on? Yeah. Well, let's wrap this thing up here. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you, Joshua, for dropping by. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Obadiah. No stranger to the show, but very much thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I think we're going to close here with this last Outside Agitators track. This is a class act. And then stick around because Oob Radio Salon with Dawsonina is up next. And you don't want to miss those guys. They're great. What can I say? You guys are wonderful. You guys are beautiful. And without you, there would be no program. Be seeing you.
Contradiction between boss and employee. Hey! Did you fall for it again on your little screen? Your ship was condemned before I ever climbed aboard at all. Such controversy, gonna just kill your buzz. Too damn bad, 'cause I'm having a ball. It's always a guess. The scurry of the rats. Last night, drinking from your glass. Last night, you chased your own ass. Last night, it's a catch-22. You work this time for us while we laugh at you. Articulate in speaking tongues. You do the work, I have all the fun. We'll still be there when you meet your doom. We'll spin and laugh and desecrate your
Mid-Valley Mutations was produced for Sheena's Jungle Room on WFMU. Created by Austin Rouge and Mitch Headroom. Theme songs by Shadows in Blue. Visit shadowsinblue.bandcamp.com for more information. Emotional support, Marla, Leander, Oryx and Craig. Local denizens of the Mid-Valley, where the magic happens. Engineering and technical support by the Lava Lamp Lounge, where the elite meet to make radio treats that can't be beat. More information, austinrich.org. While money can't buy happiness, it certainly lets you choose your own form of misery.
Mid-Valley
Be seeing you.
Mutations.
Oh, well, who wants to live forever?